I just remember when the day came out and told me, I remember it was Mother's Day, when they told me we gotta amputate your legs and arms if you want to leave.
That is how Claudia Mejia, 1 year later, remembers the birth of her son Matthew. 23 years old at the time, she went into Orlando Regional South Seminole Hospital for the delivery and would not see home again for 6 months. What happened here is shrouded in mystery, doubt, suspicion.
I went to the mirror and I started crying. And I say, how this happened to me?
Doctors told Claudia she had contracted a strep A flesh-eating bacteria. With amputation her only option, she turned to her husband with a heart-wrenching decision.
I told him I don't want to leave.
That you don't want to live?
Yeah, I told him that. You take care of the kids. You help with everything. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. He told me, no, don't do this to me. We're going to make it. We're going to do it.
And Tim is a man of his words.
We got married in ICU right after the amputations.
And then they would begin to put the pieces of their life back together. Meanwhile, the problem solvers were putting a few pieces together as well. Last year, we met Stan Patterson, a local prosthetic specialist, who developed breakthrough technology to treat some of the worst amputee cases to come out of the Iraqi war. His patients, servicemen and women sent here from Walter Reed Army Medical Center. He was fitting them with high-tech alternatives to traditional prosthetics, which can be painful and ultimately harmful to residual limbs and tissue. Stan uses a vacuum technique that actually expands the tissue into a pad-like silicone liner and locks it comfortably inside the socket. There is no slippage or movement, and as the vacuum sucks tissue toward the socket, it increases blood flow and keeps that tissue alive. We asked Stan if he could help Claudia. The answer was simple.
Hey, we're going to do whatever we can for her.
We arranged a meeting.
How you doing, Claudia? Good. You ready to come back?
Yes.
All right.
And on that very first day, Stan went right to work.
Let's keep going.
Stan says the work will be just as hard for her as for him.
What we want to do is cast you from the waist and then down in a one-piece type design.
This one, he says it's going to be right in my skin. I can wear pants. You know, girls, we're like that. We like to look nice.
Several fittings and adjustments would follow over the next 2 months, a huge commitment for everyone involved.
You got to be positive.
A commitment that took on a life of its own, nourished by faith and hope.
I'm going to walk.
And we'd sure like to follow her in her footsteps, and that's where we'll continue tonight at 11. You won't want to miss the deciding moment. Meanwhile, as much as Claudia is determined to walk, she is just as determined to find out the truth. The hospital calls her situation a tragedy, but citing patient privacy rights will not release any records about what happened, not even her own records to her. She's being forced to sue the hospital for more information.
Yeah, she wants to know how many more times this same kind of bacteria has affected other people.
Absolutely, and she wants to know exactly what the conditions were at the hospital at the time of her delivery.
By the way, a great story of commitment and courage from both of them. What an incredible couple.
Just to spend time with them is absolutely inspiring.
Great family. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Stephen. See you at 11.